Hello there, this is Mikey from Lost Treasure Designs, and today we're going to be creating this Victorian sweet shop journal holder. I guess you can call it a folio. I think it's more of a journal holder. It can hold lots of stuff. It's pretty chunky. So I'm just going to kind of show you it, and then I will show you how to put it together. So it just opens up like a book. You got some pockets over here on the sides. The kit comes with tons of embellishments. And I can kind of show you these pockets that it with. So you have those pockets. And then this is the portion that can hold the journals. And I've got like 3. I think I got 3. Oh, I got 4. I got 4 journals that it's holding. These are probably like a 1/4 inch, maybe. I'll tell you. They're 1 centimeter. It's just about a 1/4 inch, 1 centimeter. Okay, so the kit comes with 2 different sizes. You can do a smaller size like this, which when you close the book, it completely like covers it, so you don't see it poking out. But it also comes with a standard size that I normally have them come with, the larger one, and that kind of, you can see how that sticks up above. So when it's closed, you see it kind of sticking up above. I didn't know if that would bother people, so I also did the smaller size. So you have those, or you have this. I'm not going to show you how to make the journals, because I do that a lot in my other ones. Basically, I just take the paper and I staple it in half, cut it down, glue them together, and then stick a cover on it. One benefit to the smaller one is that it does come with this journal that you could just print out and then stick on. You have the larger size, you get to make your own. So that's that. I'm going to put all this lovely good stuff back in here, and I'm going to put this bigger one in the back because it will just help to balance things out. This one's kind of nice because once it's done, I'm snagging on something. Once it's done and you've closed it up, it's freestanding, so it looks cute. It's fun. It's Victorian. It's got these candy, not candy floss. Oh, that's what's cotton candy colors. I don't know why you call it candy floss. Okay, so this, I just printed these so that you could see the difference. And this is the full page versus the smaller. And the smaller ones do say smaller pages so that they fit inside the folio. They're the same pages. They're just smaller. One's smaller, one's bigger. Okay. So, you got the kit. I printed my kit on, this is 100-pound cardstock. You could do 90. I always think the better, the heavier the better, because then it just holds up better. You don't really have to print anything, or do you? Hope you do. You got to print this one, pages 1 and 2. On the back of one of the designer papers. I went with the blue because the front, the around it is blue, the blue color. That's the only one that you have to print anything on. The rest of it is optional, so it's going to get glued down so that you're not going to see it anyway. And then when I went and inked around the ones that had pink, I inked with pink, and I used Stampin' Up's Positively Pink And then I used a tempting turquoise for the blue ones. So I used 2 different colors. Instead of, normally I go with like a vintage photo or the coffee color, but I wanted to keep this one bright. So I've chalked everything, or inked, chalking. I'll never stop that, I guess. My wife got me saying, because it used to be chalking back when we scrapbooked, but now it's inking. Or maybe it's just distressing. I don't know. I haven't scored. So once you cut this out, this is page 1. There are score lines here and there. I'm just going to flip this over, and I'm going to use my little score thing here. Line that one up. Okay. Easy peasy. This is it's really not that hard of a kit to put together. Okay, so I've got this, I've got my panel. This is page 2. It's going to attach like so. Let me see if I've got some tape. I want one that's not like all packaged up. And this one looks like it's gone. Oh, I might just have enough. You think I'd be better prepared. Oh, look at that. My kids have been into everything. I don't know where anything is anymore. Oh, well, thank you, Alexa. I didn't hear. Oh, yeah, she's about to give me the updates on the hockey game. Thanks. Not now. I love it how echo dots just like go off randomly. Alright, let's get some glue. I like to run tape and glue. The tape helps things go quick, especially for tutorials, for me to show you things. It also, the glue really helps to secure things so that it's nice and bonded. Alright, so a little bit of a goober coming out there. You can kind of see how that connects there. So we got that. You want these white panels facing forward, your color on the inside. I'm just going to go ahead and fold our folds. Oh, I should have said that when I attach this, I did it on just to the side of that score line, so that when it folds, it's not like hanging out over the edge. Okay, so I'm just going to run this. Make sure that's down because it looked like it was wanting to pop up. Okay, so now, before I put my panels on, I want to put my ribbon. This you're going to want, this is almost 3 feet, just barely under 3 feet. And that is enough. What I like to do is normally I measure it out and then I do it 2.5 and of what I'm working with, and that normally gives me the right amount. So I'm just going to fold this in half so I have my center here, and my center will then go in my center. And I'm going to grab some double side tape, but it's like bigger. It's optional to tape. You really don't need a tape. I think I just wanted to use it. I haven't used it yet. It's new. So I'm also going to run some glue. This thing ain't going anywhere once we're done. So I'm just going to run a kind of eyeball the center and put that down. And try not to dirty it up in the process. Goodness. Okay, so now I've got this front panel, and I should have my spine panel and the back panel somewhere. Oh, there it is, the back panel. Okay, so you got those. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and glue these down. Glue, glue, glue. Do I want to glue that down first? I have to ask myself if I put my brad in before. Oh, okay, yeah, I do want to glue these down now. Right. Give it a good rub. I'm going to make sure that this is the right piece, because I'm pretty sure this kit comes with two, and one is slightly wider than the other one. I just have to search through my pile. And you're thinking, Mikey, why couldn't you have just prepared all this before? And I will say, I've got 6 kids. How many do you have? And that's my excuse for mostly everything. It's like I have no brain anymore because of them. My wife claims that she has no brain. They took it during pregnancy, and then she's just gotten worse ever since. Where is it? It's not going to be in that one. Okay, so I couldn't find it, and when all else fails, you print it again. So I am gonna have to cut this out. A lot of times I take these kits, I print them out, and then I take them with me to go pick up the kids from school. And so while I'm waiting there, I cut things out and ink all the sides, and sometimes I lose pieces in the car. So maybe that's where this was. You can find this piece on page 3 and then on page 16 of the kit. So we'll make a card out of that. Okay, so I got one. Here's our other one. Oh, let me quickly ink up the sides here. All right. Now I'm ready. Oh my goodness. Okay. And then our back panel. Okay, now that we have those panels down, I want to just add a few things to embellish the side. So I've got a little piece of, this is just some dense foam I'm going to use to help me poke some holes. So I want to poke a hole here on this side. And you see where this little circle like gem is. I'm going to poke a hole there. And then I've got these cute little pearly brads that I'm going to, just to add a little bit of pizzazz, sparkle. Open those up. Then one more. This one is slightly bigger. When I bought them, they came with small ones and the big ones. And then I'm just going to put this in the middle-ish. I'm going to go off this polka dot. Whoa! Do you hate it when your all breaks? Okay. And then open its little legs up. Okay, so now that just, I mean, I guess you could say that it holds that in a little bit of better, but it doesn't. It just adds a little bit of pop to it. Eventually, at the end, we've got these pieces that are also on page 16 that they're optional, that you could put some mounting tape on them and pop these up just a little bit to give it a little bit more dimension to it. Okay, so I'm going to open this up now, and I've got, it's my back panel, and of course this guy that was causing drama. Oh my goodness. Do you know what I did? When I printed it because I was printing my papers to be borderless. But when I printed this kit, originally this one, I must have printed it to be not borderless. I turned that feature off. This will still fit in that spot, but I had to cut it down just so that it would fit the right way. Okay, so we have that. We have this pocket that is going to go there. And these are kind of just to give this a little bit more stability. Once you have these three pieces of cardstock together, it holds this really well. That way, if you're concerned about jamming this full of, I don't know how many kits we said, four journals, it is pretty sturdy. So, I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. I could be tempted to turn this into a pocket, but I'm not going to do that today. I like to make little hidden pockets, but then, you know, I make these hidden pockets and nobody knows that there's a pocket there, so I stick something in there and they don't know that there's anything. So. Alright, I'm just going to put that down. And this will help cover those little legs of the brad. Also give the spine a little strength. This is nice because it's got these little holes in it, so I can lay this flat and then smooth over it. Otherwise, you could like get something that and then just put it on the edge so that that brad sticks out over, so that you're not trying to flatten out something that doesn't want to be flat. Okay, now I'm going to add this pocket down. And the glue goes right over that. Otherwise I would put a piece of tape or something over it so that it would not snag anything when I put it in there, but it was happened to be right where the glue goes down. Okay, still folded. That's good. Okay, so now we have, this is our journal holder pocket, and this is going to be on page 4 maybe? Yep, page 4. Okay, so I've cut it out. I only inked the top. Don't worry about printing it on a thing unless you really think you're going to see it. I just like to waste ink. I don't know. That's optional. Wasting ink. Okay, so I'm going to score here. I'm going to go just to the on the color edge. Because I left it white because it's going to get glued down, but I want to be able to not see that white. And then you can see there's a line here to score. Same thing with this bottom part. I'm just going to go score just to the side of that white. And then get these. All right. Okay, so I folded all those in. I'm going to start with this bottom, and I am going to use tape. Is this going to be too wide? That one's too wide. That works, okay. I recommend using tape on this part because you don't want to have to hold it there forever. This glue dries. And also you want it to be, you know, it's holding something, so it helps to give it that little added strength along with your glue. Okay, so I've got that, so I'm going to then flip this over, and I want to kind of eyeball so that my score line, if you can see my score line here, I'm going to line that up with the bottom of this inside paper, the panel there. And I have it coming over to just the side of the fold. Oh, my goodness. I can't put anything on straight. Oh, doy. Why don't we just... There's a line here. I could have used that. But yeah. Okay. Put that. Now, I'm going to do these sides here. Some tape. A little lava plate. Alright, so now I'm going to fold these in and then make sure that this is pushed down because you want the sides to be flush here so that it's forming that corner. And then grab a tool, popsicle stick, something. Well, I guess you could put your finger in, try to push it down that way, but this little bone knife thing works good. Okay, so now we have our big pocket. So there are a few more things. This is another pocket. It is going to actually, it goes right on top of this. And I'm just going to go around the edge. And try to line that up with the picture behind it. It's kind of a hidden pocket. You know it's there. Okay, so there is, these are kind of fun. So we got candy. We've got, oh great, I gotta look for those. Look in here because it's a little piece. I have things all like together and I'm like, I'm gonna record this and then I don't, and then I don't know what the heck I do with stuff. Oh, for the lob. I'm just letting you see all the pretty pieces that comes with the kit. This is another pocket. That's going to go there, so I'm going to save that. I'll have to go through these one by one because I know they're in here, unless I've lost them with the other thing. Alright, so there is another pocket, and that's going to go here. This is kind of an optional pocket because once you put your journals in there, you aren't going to see it. But I guess once you take your journals out, you will. So there you go. Just going to go ahead and score these. I'm just going to trim this corner here just so it doesn't stick out. And that's just going to go right at the top there. So the rest of the kit has some optional things. They're little like embellishments that you could like use to like pop that up. There's tons of other embellishments that you can use to just fill up this kit. And of course, once you have your journals, you can stick those in there. And that's just 3 journals, but it could hold more. It could hold up to 4. So that is our Victorian sweet shop. Oop, I want to do this real quick. So I got some mounting squares somewhere. Oh, if I need more, we'll see. These are on page 16. I'm just gonna I'm not gonna care that those aren't spread out very well because they were stuck together. All right. So this is just going to go right over the top of that. And I cheated when I cut this out. I used a little scalloped edge puncher, but which I'd show you if I had it here, but it's gone missing. But you can cut it also by hand. Or you could use a scalloped edge pair of scissors if you have those. Or just cut it the good old-fashioned way. This is really an optional thing, but I think it looks kind of fun to have layers to stuff. It just makes it look a little cuter. Okay, so that is down. I think when I did my other one, I went a little cuckoo crazy with adding embellishments and put like the chocolate bar and peppermint button stuff and just punch those up. But there you have it. The last thing I need to do is I need to trim It's always a good idea to melt down your edges so that they don't fray. Tableau. I'll have my wife tie that prettier later. Okay, that is our Victorian Sweet Shop kit. You can see how it stands up all on its own, so you could put it on your shelf and it would look all pretty. So, here you have it. Thank you. If you have any questions, let me know.